I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and part 2 of the review of the Nokia Lumia 820 starts in just a second. But first, special thanks to our partners at Best Buy because they give us devices just like this for use in our One Paw Bandit giveaway game, which is our free giveaway game on the site at instantwin.phonedog.com, so be sure to check it out. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile, you won't deal with rebates. You'll walk out the door paying $50 or $100 or $150, whatever the case may be in terms of pricing. You'll walk out without dealing with paperwork or messy rebates or debit cards, all that stuff we hate, especially during the holiday season. You won't deal with it at Best Buy Mobile. Let's take a look. Nokia Lumia 820. Is this a device to get, or should you go with the 920, or even better yet, maybe an Android phone? We'll find out in part 2 of the review, which starts right now. It's part 2 of a review of a device, you know what, that's $50, and so price-wise, it's right there in that sweet spot for a lot of people. Maybe you're buying it as a holiday gift for somebody and you don't want to spend $200. Maybe it's a friend. You're like, you know what, I'm going to give them this for $49.99. You use their upgrade because they trust me that much, but I don't want to spend $200. This is going to be a good device for you. It's the Lumia 820. It's got some killer specifications for a mid-range, or at least what Nokia is calling a mid-range device, and AT&T would call a mid-range device. Some great specs, including a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Snapdragon S4 CPU, a 4.3-inch display, an 8-megapixel camera, a 1,650 milliamp hour battery, 4G LTE connectivity, as you can see right there, and then, of course, a nice exterior shell. The battery is removable, 1 gigabyte of RAM, 8 gigabytes of internal storage. So specs-wise, not bad at all. That said, take a look at the deals that are being offered this holiday season. I think you'll find some really good ones, including things like the Galaxy S3. I'm seeing it as cheap as a penny, all the way up to $50 on certain promotional offers from Best Buy and Amazon and more. So take a look at those before you buy. But if you can't find anything good, or can't find a $200 device for $50, this $50 device for $50 should be relatively decent and good for you or a friend. Let's jump right in and take a look. I talked about this in part 1. I want to hone in on this again. The difference between Nokia's Windows Phone devices and the other Windows Phone devices by HTC, Samsung, and more. The value proposition. Nokia is putting it all on the line with Windows Phone. They're betting everything, betting the company on the strategy around Windows Phone, and it's either going to make them or break them. But they come with some great value-added applications because you know what? They're like, we're restructuring, we're putting all of our eggs in the Windows basket. We need to do something to get people over on our devices. So competitive prices, that's one thing. For example, AT&T Lumia 920 is $100, HTC 8X is $199, but things like that. So price points are great. But then you get some great applications like Nokia City Lens, Nokia Drive, Nokia Maps, and more. So we're going to start this up. And you can see Explore Dallas right here. So we're going to explore Dallas. Let's say I'm in Dallas for the first time and I'm like, I want some food. Now let's say I want some hotels. I want to find a hotel to sleep in. Let me calibrate this really quickly. Kind of get an idea. And you can see in portrait mode, it lists out all of the hotels. But in landscape mode, you can see I've got this little custom look here where I can see Days End and Garland, for example. I can click on that and it'll map me out to the Days End. So when I have it in landscape mode, I can see all that. I can just move the device around and find all the different hotels. Elite Hotel Grapevine, Delta Kappa, Rovers Resort and Spa, a couple miles away, Highlands North, Garland, Radisson, Wyndham, Dallas, Terracotta Inn, etc. And you can do that with food, you can do that with shopping, sites, fun, and more. And then you can just find stuff that's nearby as well. Beltline in Preston right there. And then, of course, I've got this little plus where I can enhance that. It's kind of like a little hub, and it brings everything out and says, okay, Sherwin-Williams, Western Warehouse, movie trading, and then some food choices and more. Little applications like that, again, really make the experience even better. Nokia Maps is a killer application. I'll start this up. And it's great for things like turn-by-turn navigation, or Nokia Drive, excuse me, for turn-by-turn navigation, Nokia Maps as well. The great part about Nokia Maps, if you're like me and you travel on a regular basis, we go to Barcelona, we go to Germany, go to London for events, I can download a full London map and keep it for offline purposes. So I'm not eating up my data plan when I'm in London trying to find the nearest tube line or finding the nearest place I need to go for a meeting or for an event. That's really useful. I can download all this and get it and be ready to go when I need it on my trip to London or Berlin or Barcelona or wherever the case may be. Nokia Drive is fantastic as well. Google Maps is arguably one of the reasons it keeps a lot of people on Android, or one of those great selling points of Android, I should say. Nokia Maps is a great option as well. Not to say that Bing Maps doesn't come with some sort of turn-by-turn direction mode, but this takes it to a whole new level. And then, of course, Nokia Music as well. Fantastic here. I can come in here very much like a Spotify, but comes out of the box on this device where I can select mixed radio, and I can do some offline music. Let's find, I did not mean to do that. Let's go back in here, and we're going to listen online. And we'll say, some AT&T exclusive mixes, some Christmas mixes. Let's say we want to listen to Christmas oldies. I can come in here, it's a prefab mix where I can listen to music that matters to me, and it's all for free, which is really nice. Of course, you can purchase the tracks if that's something you're interested in. You can skip a certain number of times before it hits you. So yeah, I think it's 6 times. Yeah. Due to some tricky radio licensing rules, you can only skip 6 songs in an hour. But you've got the choice right there, and then of course you can set it from the lock screen. Now, I talked a little bit about personalization in part 1. I want to cover one more thing before we jump into internet browsing and camera and the keyboard as well. Take a look at this. The lock screen. This is something that's new on Windows Phone 8. You can choose the background. You're going to see a couple of different options here. You're going to see photo, you're going to see Bing, and you're going to see Facebook. I can select Facebook, for example. I can turn it off and back on, and in my lock screen, it just displays pictures from my Facebook account. It'll display pictures from various albums that I have and more. It's really cool because it gives you some great customization and some great personalization on Windows Phone, because you never quite know what picture is going to come up. So it's not like you're going to get bored with a picture on your background, or you don't like that picture anymore. You want to change it up every couple of weeks. With this Facebook application, it'll do it for you. On the HTC devices, they have a great HTC application which shows you the weather, and then of course Bing, I can select Bing, and I can show the artist when playing music. I'll turn that on, and I have my applications and my quick status, for example, down here at the bottom. So when I turn it off and back on, I've got Bing now selected, but all those little shortcuts down at the bottom, I can customize the look and feel and the order of those. So let's say, Outlook, kind of want Outlook to be over here instead, and I kind of want messaging to be there, and I kind of want Facebook to be right there, and I kind of want games to be right there, where I can customize it as I see fit. And then phone's over there. I don't like phone over there. I'm going to change phone and make it right there. I can move these around, and then for a detailed status, I can come in here to messaging, for example. I can turn it off and back on. And whenever I have a text message, it'll be the preview that I see down here, as opposed to a calendar update or a missed call or something of that nature. So you can really customize this more than you were able to in previous versions of Windows Phone. Still don't like the fact that you can't get the signal strength indicator to stay on the screen, number 1, and number 2, I'd kill for a physical battery percentage right up there by the battery meter. But let's take a look at the keyboard. 4.3 inches, going to be decent for most people. It's a sweet spot. It's gone from kind of 3.7 to 4 to 4.3 is kind of being the sweet spot for a lot of people, kind of being the entry level, if you will, 4 to 4.3 inches. The only thing I don't like is in landscape mode. Take a look at this. You get a lot of dead space around the left and the right side of the screen. I'd love to see them expand that keyboard where, if you're going to get rid of this, you'll notice the signal strength indicator will go away in just a moment. And when you see that go away, it's just a ton of dead space. There's a ton of black dead space right there. And kind of similarly over here, a ton of dead space. I really could see a better use for a bigger keyboard. But keyboard overall works really well. Portrait to landscape transitions are incredible on Windows Phone and continue to be incredible on Windows Phone 8. Quick Brown Fox is happy. Quick Brown Fox is happy. He has a Twitter. Actually, he doesn't have a Twitter. He used to. I don't think I updated his Twitter anymore. He has a hard time typing, so I used to update his Twitter. But you can see portrait to landscape transitions nice and fast over there. So let's go to a web page. Let's go to a mobile web page. Actually, we'll go to twitter.com. Let's just do Twitter first, and then we'll do Aaron C. Baker. Twitter.com/Aaron C. Baker, which is my personal account. Then I'm going to load up a separate tab. Say that 3 times fast. PhoneDog.com, just to show you how fast the LTE speeds work on this device. So I've got 2 different tabs open. I can click on tabs and move right back and forth between those, and you can see my Twitter account right here with Christmas cake and some tacos and more. And then, of course, my updates there. This is a mobile site, so it's not going to be able to do pinch to zoom, but we'll take a look at PhoneDog, and you can see incredibly responsive all around, portrait to landscape, reasonably fast. That's something Windows Phone's always excelled in and continues to do relatively well over here on the Lumia 820. Let's take a look at the camera as well. A couple things I like about the camera, and these are kind of indicative of all the Windows Phone devices, but I will show you some nifty little features over here. You've got the shortcut button on the outside, so I can easily take a picture, bring in a pen, just doing this as an example. Quickly take a picture, and I love the fact that this is something that was pioneered by Windows Phone. I love the fact that I can scroll right back and forth between the gallery and the live camera itself. Let's take a look. I've got a Galaxy Note 2. I'll bring that over, and we'll take a quick shot. And let's turn, I'll tell you what, let's turn the flash off, even though it's going to use it when we start it up. I'd love to see a little bit better focus. There we go. And you can see that's what an image looks like. Focus is relatively decent. It's an 8 megapixel camera. It's certainly not going to win any awards by any means. The far better cameras on the Galaxy Note 2, on the Galaxy S3, on the One X series, the Evo 4G LTE, any of those ones with the image sense chip are much better. That said, not a bad camera at all considering you're spending $49 on this device. And you can find some more lenses. Bing is a lens. There's a panorama lens and more that you can get from the Windows Phone store, or I should say from the Microsoft store. Come in here, for example, and we'll see Nokia collection. And I'll come in here and you see Smart Shoot, which is one, Cinemagraph is one, Photo Beamer is one. All these are different ways to use your camera. And then of course there's a Creative Studio. There should be a Panorama. There it is. You can use Panorama as well. And you can install those and get full use out of the camera. So all in all, I'm really impressed with Windows Phone 8. I think it's a nice step forward. They're still having issues getting the application store up to par when it comes to Android and it comes to iOS, but still I'm relatively impressed all around with this device. So keep that in mind. That said, $49.99, great price. Take a look at the Galaxy S3, take a look at the Note 2, take a look at the One X. All these hot devices are going to be running promotional offers on those throughout the holiday season, so be sure to take a look at that. Thanks so much for watching. It's a great device. I consider it. Be sure to take a look at it at AT&T.com and on Nokia's website. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage of Windows Phone, Nokia's devices, and more. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. The work account's PhoneDog_Aaron. The personal account, which is what I'll have after December, and we'll be announcing all kinds of exciting stuff, is Aaron C. Baker. And then the Facebook account is Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker. Be sure to keep in touch. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear your thoughts on these devices, both before I leave and after I leave. I always love to hear from you, and keep up with the company on Facebook as well at Facebook.com/PhoneDog. Much more to come, dogfights and more with devices like the Lumia 820, so stay tuned to PhoneDog.com. And as always, we'll see you next time.